So I'm Jørgen Elgon, also called Hatrixx, mid lane for BTXL, 22 years old from Norway. Favorite champion? I've had a lot through the years, but all time probably Victor. Kissing or Simon or Swiffer. I think Kissing is kind of similar to me, the way he thinks and all this, and they're pretty chill to hang out with. They're not so loud all the time, and they're nice to just talk to. You know, could shave off a lot of time just talking with them. Well, I mean, I played some like this teaching kids game, like math games. You know, my parents had a PC and they showed me that. But the first like real game, I think, was either RuneScape or Heroes of Might and Magic 4. I have fond memories of those games when I was a little kid. Well, I don't know a lot of actors. The one I really like is Jake Gyllenhaal. But he's really good, so I need to do some crazy shit in my life. So he can, like, you know, live up to that actor. Well, I listen to a lot of different stuff. I don't really stick to one, but oh man. I listen to a lot of DJs, producers, so Temme Knight is called. I listen to a lot of him recently. Oh man, it's a weird fun question. Who would I swap with? Maybe The Rock. Like be huge, you know? Like bulging muscles, superstar. Would be pretty fun to try for a day. Tacos. It's kind of cheating because I can put whatever you want on a taco, you know? Pizza, because you can put whatever you want on pizza. And then last one's hard. Like noodles or something. Spaghetti. Something around that line, or those lines. Well, I know what I want to do when I'm done with esports. I want to be a police officer. I got plans for that, so for sure that, yeah. That's the best lesson I think I ever learned, was in esports, and I think I'm gonna stick with that all my life probably, but it's being self-critical in everything I do. Don't just assume that I always know what's right, or I always do it right. So I try to implement that to everything I do in life, kinda, of playing, or even stuff like cleaning or running, you know, just always try and do things better all the time. Well, relief at first, because it was not looking like we were gonna win at all, at any point during the split, but we just made it work, because, you know, it was all or nothing, right? We just put in like every possible arrow we had into the game, and we put every differences in the team aside, and we won. And then I guess happiness, like that feeling, I don't think I'll ever be able to feel that again. What I felt when I first won. Because it was my first actual win as well, after years and years of trying. I would get rid of Death Stance. This item has become a bit too broken on AD carries. I think it's very boring to play against. The games kind of become who can play for or deny enemy AD carry the most. At least mid lane is like that right now, and yeah, it's boring. It's really weird, to be honest, because it's not something that happens overnight, you know? So it's not like I ever go thinking, oh yeah, I have fans and all this. It just kind of slowly happened over time, you know? More and more people started approaching me at events and messaging me on social media and stuff like this. And for example, something like really insane that happened was when I first joined the Spanish league. I played for a team called Quickfire, like way back. I met this kid at an event. Really, this tiny little kid, okay? And he wanted a photo, and you know, he was a league fan. I don't think he was my fan, but he was a league fan. Then I met him again like 3.5 years later in a different team. And this guy's taller than me now. It was so weird. But that guy had watched me like growing up basically. Like he was this little kid. It's like up here to me, and now he was like taller than me. It was so weird. But it's a surreal feeling, and for sure I keep it in mind when I'm out in public at events and stuff. Try and act the way that I would want people to be when I was younger. If that makes sense. Role model, kinda.
Have you ever been recognised in public?
Yeah, in Spain. Fans are very passionate there, and they kind of, even if they're not like a full-on fan, they kind of know everyone. So I've been recognized, yeah. It's fun. I like it because usually when I meet these kind of people, it's in a official setting at events, and there's a lot of people coming up, and I need to be quick and efficient and like, hey, thank you for support, this kind of stuff. It's not as close, kinda. But then when I meet him on the street, just talk for like 10-15 minutes, get to know the guy, and just send him off. It's nice. I think my first sport is handball. I used to play football, but usually it's a bit slower. Like I was a goalkeeper, right? So I was just kind of sitting there. It's kind of boring. But in handball, there's always stuff happening, right? Back and forth, back and forth. Keeps me active. It's fun, interesting. The last picture on my phone. Yeah, it's this one here, so you can see with proof. It's just some dumb Counter-Strike meme. Because I've been playing Valorant, and I just saw this. It's kind of funny. That people speak English. I've lived in Turkey, Spain, Berlin. They speak some English, don't get me wrong, but it's really nice to walk around and go to a store and everyone speaks the same language as me. So it makes it a lot easier to just live here from day to day. One thing people don't know about me. Every time people ask me, I kind of say the same, but I produce music as a side hobby. Not a lot of people know about that. When I played for Movistar, they got us into a TV show called La Resistencia in Spain. Really big TV show. It's a comedy show, and the guy I was with, he was on the Call of Duty team. He didn't really speak English, and I didn't really speak Spanish, and it's a Spanish comedy talk show.
Call of Duty es un shooter de estos de primera persona, de guerra, ¿no? De pegar tiros.
Sí.
And League of Legends is a fantasy game.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of fantasy game.
I mean, it's fantasy, strategy game, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, it's not a shooter, that's for sure.
Sí, que fantasy o estrategia, como yo quiera llamarlo, o sea, que fantasy. A good joke. And...
It's like a 30-minute interview with live audience, like all non-stop laughing, and I have no idea what's going on. That was so nerve-wracking. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life. I'll never forget it though. It was kind of fun. Teleportation. I don't want anything that makes my life like different, but teleportation would be so nice. How convenient is that? I'll probably go visit my cousin in Sweden. Before I went pro, I would visit him every summer, but now his summer vacation and my seasons overlap, so we don't get to do that anymore. So I'll probably go visit him if I have time. Yeah. I think respect. A lot of people are differently, right? Some get easily agitated, some are very insecure, some are quiet, some are loud. But I think like it doesn't really matter as long as you have respect for each other. Things like, not talking over each other or joking around when someone is trying to talk to you, stuff like this. I think that's really important. But at least you're showing that, hey, I listen to you, I care about what you say, and I think that's important for a team. Well, it's kind of what I said earlier, but it's when I won the Spanish league. Because none of the other teams or the fans or even us at some point expected us to win. And then we just clutched it into playoffs, like barely, and then we just stomped quarters, stomped semis, and then the closest game I've ever played in my life, game 5 banger, and we won, unforgettable. Well, the obvious one is winning a Masters, but that's not as important as a lot of other things. I want us to become a really good team, consistent, very friendly, play different styles. I want us to be a team that other teams don't want to play against. When if they do a EU Masters group draw, I want to be the kind of team where they sit there and say, I hope we don't get XL. The thing is, of course everyone wants to win, but I think if you just on a daily basis do really well as a team, good in scrims, professional, work well together, then that comes by itself. Because I won Spain, but we weren't a good team. So we didn't do well in the Masters. But I just want us to be a good team because I think you just win by default if you play well. So that's my expectations. Be a great team, and then everything else will come by itself. Obviously, everyone wants to play in the LEC. I actually had a chance to play in the LCS 4 years ago that I turned down because I feel like I wasn't ready. Mentally, and gameplay wise, but I feel like right now I'm really confident in myself as like a player and a person. So yeah, I have high expectations of getting to the LEC eventually. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. So compared to before, it's no rush for me now, because if I just keep working hard and doing well, then I think it's gonna happen eventually. So, you know, just grinding it out. But I will make it there one day. I will.